Chapter 54. The Hollow is not the end. The hollow was still. Not silent, not empty, numb but still. Like it had said all it needed to say, like breath held in the lungs just after the final word. Waiting. Decima was the first to wake. The fire-veined moss beneath her boots had dimmed, no longer reacting to her presence. It didn't need to anymore. Something deeper had shifted, passed from root to memory to her, and now the hollow was watching what she would do with it. She stepped away from the others, toward the center of the clearing. The air was cool, but something warmer pulsed at her spine. The shard. Even hidden in Bran's satchel, it was humming again. Or maybe not humming, breathing. She touched the ground near the altar and froze. The soil shimmered, not in light, but in meaning. Like it remembered a shape it hadn't worn in centuries. The word was gone. The word the hollow had left begin. But in its place, faint and fading, was something else. Not letters. A crown. Or the idea of one, curled and broken and half swallowed by moss. A spiral etched inside it, not carved, burned. As she stared, her vision blurred. The forest faded. She wasn't in the clearing anymore. A field of fire. No, not fire, battle. But it looked like fire. Cloaks trailing flame, blades glinting with ember edge. And at the center, a figure wearing the crown. Not just holding it, becoming it. It wasn't Decima, but it could have been. A woman, cloaked in silver smoke, her veins burning with the same spiral glow. She turned. Decima flinched. The figure had no eyes. Only light, only memory. Not all kings rule, the voice echoed in her chest. Some burn to be remembered. She gasped, and snapped back to the clearing. Daniel was already moving. His shirt half on, hands braced on his knees. Still there? She asked, her voice quieter than she expected. He nodded once. Worse today. She stepped toward him. The fire? He didn't speak at first. Then slowly he lifted his hand. It shook, just slightly, but the veins in his arm weren't gold anymore. They were silver, laced with a darker color at the center, like charcoal made liquid. I used to feel it here, he said, tapping his chest. Now it's everywhere, bones, blood, breath. She pressed 2 fingers to his wrist. His pulse thundered, not fast, but deep, like it was trying to push something out. Does it hurt? No, his brow furrowed. But it feels like it wants to. Rosen arrived next, scanning the edges of the trees like they might rearrange themselves again. Bronwyn followed, silent as ever. She carried her cloak tighter than usual. Her eyes looked distant. She had the look of someone who already knew what the hollow would say next, and didn't want to hear it. Bran stepped forward, unrolling a blackened scroll. This matched something on the shard, he said. Near the core. It's not just a spell mark. He pointed to a spiral symbol flanked by 4 branching lines. A crown gate, Bronwyn said, her voice low. Old ashbound, Rosen added, crouching to look. I haven't seen this in decades. They were supposed to be burned out, Bronwyn murmured. Sealed before the last purge. But not all of them were, Bran said, glancing at Decima. This one's calling us. Daniel stepped beside them. What does it mean? Crown Gate, a place where power was exchanged, Bronwyn said. Not stored, exchanged. For memory, or flame, or blood. Decima's hand moved to her ribs, where the hollow had pulsed inside, her the night before. Her veins felt warm again. The shard pulsed from Rosen's pouch, soft and steady. So where is it? She asked. Bran turned the scroll, showing a hand-sketched landscape. Beyond the ash cliffs, he said. Half a day's walk, maybe more. Rosen tapped a ridge drawn in black ink. This was sacred land. I remember hearing about it when I was young. They said it whispered if you stayed too long. Warded too, Bronwyn said sharply. Bound in flame and memory. They packed in silence. As they left the clearing, the hollow gave no sound. No final word, no sign, only stillness. But just before they passed between the trees, Decima stopped. Something burned faintly on the bark of a tree to her left. Not glowing, not fresh. But real, 3 slashes. A spiral carved below them, almost like a signature. Was this here yesterday? She asked, staring. Daniel came to her side. No, he said. Bronwyn looked, then turned away without a word. The forest grew darker as they descended into the old path. Not darker from shadow, but from something older watching. About an hour later, Daniel stumbled. His foot caught on a root, and his palm hit the ground. Fire sparked, but not from his skin, From beneath it, the soil cracked, and a thin blue flame coiled upward, then vanished. Everyone froze. Bran stepped forward. "That wasn't yours," he said to Daniel. "I didn't do it on purpose," Daniel replied, flexing his hand. "It just broke out." Bronwyn leaned closer, her face grim. "That wasn't just fire," she said. "That was hollow-linked. The roots remembered your blood." They kept walking, a little quieter now. As dusk began to creep back in, Rosen slowed. She turned her head sharply toward the tree line. "What is it?" Decima asked. "Nothing," she said. "Just thought I heard wings." She didn't. But above them, high in the shadows of the branches, something crawled sideways across the bark, long-limbed, pale-eyed, silent. "Not beast, not man, not yet flame," it whispered just once as they passed beneath it. "She carries it. The memory that lived, the fire that waits." Then it vanished into the leaves.